Hello filmfestivals.com audience. Thank you for watching, and thanks to our friend from RGB Studios currently filming us in the beautiful port on my back of Castelorizzo, an amazing island with 500 inhabitants and an amazing film festival. And I'm proud to introduce to you, our dear audience, the founders and the artistic director of the festival, Irini Sarogliou, who founded 6 years ago the Castelorizzo Documentary International Film Festival, happening every year in August, and Michel Noll, who's been on board for several years as well, and he's going to tell us also a little bit about him. Irini, this is your 6th edition.
Yes.
What makes you most proud? Tell us about the positioning, what were the difficulties this year, and also one question very dear to me, how is the audience and the local population involved in your multicultural, multifaceted event, which is probably the biggest event in the island?
Indeed, yes, in the region as well, I would say so. So thank you very much, filmfestivals.com. Thank you, RGB Studios, for filming this. We started 6 years ago. The festival is being organized by the Hellenic History Foundation in collaboration with Écran du Monde and Michel Noll. We started 6 years ago and we received 60 films. And on the 6th year, we received 600 films from 50 different countries.
Amazing.
So it is a growing festival. And what I love is the continuity. When you make an effort, what really matters is if you last. It doesn't matter if you make one very big and good festival, but what matters is if you can continue to make this effort. So we are trying to bring our foreign and Greek documentary filmmakers and film lovers to share their films, their experiences, not only with the filming community, but also with the locals. To achieve that, we need to educate the youth here to show what we are doing, what's the documentary, how a documentary is being made, because they don't know. So we try in the last week of August, parallel with our screenings, to have educational activities in the morning and in the afternoon, so that the kids here can enjoy what we are doing.
Right, and documentaries, music, tell us about the different aspects, because that strikes me. It's pretty rare that you see all aspects of art being...
Indeed, indeed. Well, you can't separate documentary from music. Most documentaries have original music, right? So in between the screenings, we have the Athens State Orchestra, which is the best orchestra in Greece, playing Greek and foreign music. In the morning we have art exhibition, photographic exhibitions, sculpture exhibition, because that's also part of a documentary in the broader sense of the word. What is important is to share all these things, Greeks and foreign friends, and become one body, one group, you know what I mean? And have wonderful time, not just simple screenings, but actually things that make everyone happy.
Yeah, and as far as education is concerned, Michel, you're also involved. Well, to my friends, Michel has run how many film festivals in total? 10, 15, or he's running in Paris and
Several.
Let's say several. He's also a filmmaker, and he's also involved here in the pitching sessions.
Yes.
Tell us about that.
Well, first of all,
Okay, I need to change.
well, thank you, Bruno, for the question, because I came here to this festival in the 2nd edition, and I discovered this wonderful, unique, in some way crazy event, and the formidable energy that Irini brings to this island, which is unique. There are maybe 300 people living here in the winter and 3,000 in the summer. And the title she gave to the festival is Beyond Borders, and what that means is trying to create the conditions of a dialogue between people from different countries, different civilizations. And where we are here in this island, it had 4 different nationalities in the last century. It went from
French,
French to Italian, British, and now Greek in 1948 at least. And would you believe it, Bruno? Over there, 3 kilometers is Turkey. And so when you imagine that you want to create the conditions of a dialogue between countries as different as Greece and Turkey, and if you know their history, you understand that we are trying, that Irini is trying and succeeding to really bring people together that normally are fighting. The attempt is, how can we not necessarily become the best enemies, but how can we stop fighting each other?
I think knowledge unites.
Yes.
Knowledge unites.
What do we, and let's celebrate what we have in common. And music, for example, is something we have in common. And of course, cinema. There are wonderful Turkish filmmakers that we show the films here. And no, of course, we go way beyond Turkey and Greece. We have films here from Palestine and from Israel. We have films from, and I won't nominate all the number of countries that are in conflict. The world is full of them. The world is full of them because very few efforts are made anywhere in the world to create a situation where they can talk. There's the United Nations, for example, but it has become a very inertia is ruling the United Nations. Here, what do? There is a filmmaker that comes and a financier from different countries, writers from different countries, we all bring them together. And all of a sudden something can be created that would not have existed otherwise.
How many did you have in the pitching session?
Pitching,
How
we
many?
had 20 films, and I think we had a Chinese, an Algerian, and Palestinian, and of course Greek. I don't know. There was almost nothing. Almost 20 countries.
Yeah.
And the idea is really, we are in southeastern Europe, which is an underprivileged region of the world that doesn't get a lot of attention in the Western world. We are creating here together an opportunity to meet, to reflect together about what are we doing in this funny world through film, basically through film. And marvelously, Irini manages to make us take one big plate, which is the film, and offers a whole menu, which is with music, exhibition, etc.
Book launches, exhibition launches,
Yeah. Speaking of which, as a jury and a guest of the festival, I must say it's now the end of the festival. We're just before the award ceremony. I can tell you how amazingly nice it is to be your guest and enjoying the Beyond Borders and the 6th edition. Tell me about the ambitions and the plans, what you...
Well, I think every edition, Bruno, is better. Every edition is better, but not in the size, in the quality.
Yes.
We want to continue to be a boutique festival that emphasizes in quality. We don't want to compete with major big festivals of Europe or of Greece, like the Thessaloniki Film Festival. We're not competitors at all. We serve a different purpose, exactly what Michel just explained. We do want to go beyond borders. It is a festival that does travel all around the world. Once the festival is finished, then we show our award-winning films in Australia, in Europe, wherever we get an invitation, so that we keep Beyond Borders on the agenda. Our aim is to give more emphasis to quality and bring better films and renowned directors to share their experiences with us.
Right. Well, as a festival expert, I think that's the best route you can have. Taking Beyond Borders everywhere, I mean, in many different places, and letting expand, because here there are limits. You don't have 3,000 rooms of hotels, and you can't change this environment. But I think you've done a marvelous job. And I really enjoyed my stay here as a jury and watching 27 films in the competition, for which we selected 6, I think, the best ones.
And also don't forget that the biggest Casi community, Castelorizzian community, does live in Australia.
Yeah.
There are about 100,000 Castelorizzians in the highest rank of Australian society. They're almost everyone lawyer, parliamentarian or a minister. They're very keen to learn more about Beyond Borders. They already invited us once we visited Australia, and definitely we are returning with all our award-winning
Yeah.
films.
Right. For those of you who have missed the opening, and unfortunately you missed something grand, I was impressed to see how many political support you've gathered from those ministers from abroad, and it was very impressive.
And embassies and
Yes,
ambassadors,
embassies.
foreign missions. It's very important. They come to support their films and they come to support their film directors. So we become one community,
Yeah.
and this is the aim,
Yeah.
really.
It's important and it's rare because what you've succeeded is rare. We don't see that in many festivals,
Thank you.
like
Thank you, Bruno.
all these people.
Let's not forget that thanks to your lobbying, it's the president of the Greek Republic that is the patron of the festival.
Amazing.
Yes.
Yeah,
That's
amazing.
quite amazing for
Yes.
this little place here.
It's a tribute to your hard work, Irini.
It's a collective work.
Yeah, yeah.
And allow me to thank all my colleagues, all my partners, Michel, Noll,
Including Michel, yes.
and including Bruno, the jury, and filmfestivals.com.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you for watching filmfestivals.com.